All right. I'm back, y'all. It's me, your boy B. Val, thank you for checking in. All right, fantastic. I'm glad you got your book. I have a few more that have to be mailed out. Unfortunately, we have run out of books. We've had a really good run, and I appreciate all y'all's support because that makes the world go round for me. Got a new shipment will be in hopefully by the end of the week, and when they get in, the new books will be shipping. In the meantime and in between time, ladies and gentlemen, so today we spent the better part of the day here in San Antonio downtown speaking about the police and police reform. So I got in front of a bunch of our local politicians, fortunately, and was hopefully able to help them to make some decisions and sway their thinking so that we can get some things done where the police are concerned, because we all know what's going on in the world right now. We all know we need change. So when these changes are ready to come to pass, then we'll all be better off in the long run. So with all of that said, y'all, hey, Regina, I see you. Rudy, thank you for checking in, my brother. And so, it was a really interesting meeting. We got in front of a commission that is trying to make change here in San Antonio. And of course, these changes are being made nationally, all over the place. Everybody is kind of doing their thing. So it's a good thing. And we're going to see what we can do to do our part. I can't just sit in this chair all the time. I try to do my part from here by imparting information and helping people, to understand as much as possible and bring a little bit of perspective to, current events, the stuff that's going on in our lives, because we got a lot going on, y'all, and everybody needs a little something sometimes, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of understanding, and a little bit of push, One of the things I talked about today there is about community trust, and the community trust is broken. But it's not our job as citizens to fix it individually. We have to have help from those in power, and we have to try as hard as we can to do our part, but they have to do their part as well. None of these things are exclusive to anyone, and everybody has to do a little bit to move us all forward. In order for us to move the ball forward, we got to play the game together. I see you, Brunella. Thank you for checking in. Miss Phyllis, how you doing? Mary Amos, it's good to see you. WB Reese is in the building. So anyway, we got a lot done, but like I expressed to that committee, it has come to a place where in the policing we have a thing where there's more of that sort of them versus us type attitude, and I don't know when it got that way, but there's us as citizens, then there's the powers that be, the politicians, and then you have the police. And all three of those entities have to work together in order for us to be successful and make anything happen, really. So somehow or another, I'm hoping that we can get past or do some type of police reform where they get past all of the ideology that, they are somehow separate from us, because every day they leave their own homes, they go out of here into the world, and they have to deal with us, and they're still human. They're still individuals. And just because they put on that uniform does not make them above the law. So we have to do everything we can to make sure that the checks and balances are in place and that we all survive what we got to survive in this. Now, speaking of survivors, y'all, I got a young lady on the show tonight, Miss Angela Samuel. Good friend of mine. I've been knowing her for many years. A fantastic person. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. We're right now in the middle of a pandemic, despite everybody's best misunderstanding of what's going on. Robert Edwards, how you doing today, brother? I see you. One of the things that I really don't understand, and I'm struggling with this, is that people fail to realize that here we are in the middle of a pandemic, and just because they said everybody can go out and do whatever you want, I think people have gotten very confused about what's going on. There's still illness. Now, this is my opinion, my personal opinion. You got to be a special kind of stupid to go and sign a waiver to go to a campaign rally where while you at the rally, the person up there tells you that this disease, or I'm sorry, this virus ain't no big deal. But he made you sign a waiver before you came in. You got to be a special kind of stupid to go do that. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, speaking of the COVID-19 and the coronavirus, my girl Angela is a survivor. Now, I've heard a lot of people on here, and I've talked to a lot of people, and I got there's a whole faction of y'all running around out here talking about it ain't real. You know anybody that got it? I don't know anybody that got it. I don't know nothing about it. And you play these crazy games. But let me explain something to y'all. It's real. I've lost a family member to it already. And this young lady that we're going to bring on here in just a second is absolutely a person who has been through more in regard to this virus that it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm going to let her tell y'all the story. So, get ready, because she's going to bring it all forward and give you the information as she knows it, firsthand perspective. She was in the room by herself and dealt with this thing on a level that many of you cannot even begin to understand. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her forward. Miss Angela Samuel, everybody.
Hi, Brian.
Here she is. Angela, how are you, dear? You doing all right today?
Thanks for having me, Brian.
No, thank you for coming on, and thank you for bringing bringing your experience to the rest of us, because there are a lot of people out here who, as the old folks say, they don't believe fat meat greasy. And I told them I know somebody that can prove it to you that it is. So the first thing I want to ask you before we get into the details of what this thing is, how devastating it is, and all that you went through, the first thing I want to know from you is this. How do you believe, I think you know how, but how do you believe that you ended up with COVID-19?
Well, I'm not sure how I got it because I traveled to Detroit the weekend before I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I got it from Detroit because the week before I was on public transportation going to work. I worked for Cook County, so I was going inside the county building. At any one of those places, I could have contracted it,
Okay.
but I'm not sure where I got it from.
So then theoretically, if it had you contracted it in any one of those places, now, and I'm going somewhere with this right here, because I have a lot of my dance family on this feed. A lot of people that Angie, you know how we do, we steppers, but you are a line dancer, right?
Yes, I went
And
to a line dance concert in Detroit the weekend before March 20th. And I got back, I was there Friday, Saturday. I got back Sunday afternoon. I felt fine while I was in Detroit. I felt fine the Sunday I got back. I felt fine Monday. Tuesday, I developed a cough that wouldn't go away.
mm,
And then at Wednesday, I developed a fever of 103 for 2 days straight. I was taking Tylenol, thinking I had just a little bug or something.
mm-hmm,
And I called my doctor, and I wanted to go in and see her,
mm-hmm,
thinking she could give me antibiotics or something. And she told me to go straight to the emergency room.
mm-hmm.
And I'm glad she told me that because to just say I went to her office and got antibiotics, that wasn't going to help the virus. So I'm glad that she was a doctor that directed me to go to the emergency room.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I went to Rush in Chicago, Rush Medical Center.
Okay. Pretty good hospital in Chicago. One of the
Yes,
best.
very
Yeah.
big. I went there because my doctors are there, and I've been going there for years. So they were ready for COVID. They had a tent set up outside the hospital where they were testing, and doctors and nurses was in there,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked me what was my symptoms, and I said a cough and fever. So they said, don't go in the hospital, come in the tent. They tested me and they said, we are going to admit you in the hospital and get your fever down. We're going to keep you for a few days, get your fever down, and you can go home after we release you to quarantine for 14 days.
Uh huh.
So I'm thinking I'm just going to be in there a few days, you know, while they work on getting the fever down.
Right. I know a few
And
people that went through that. They went into the hospital, they got the fever down, and then they sent them on their way.
right, so I'm thinking in my mind, so they admitted me on the 20th, and then the next day or two, they came and told me I tested positive for COVID-19. So I said, what does this mean? You know, because I heard about COVID and everything, but I didn't know what the treatment plan was. So they told me, we'll get your fever down. We'll watch you because I have pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
So they wanted to watch me and make sure everything was fine. Next thing I know, I woke up 2 days or 3 days later, maybe longer, maybe 4 days later. I woke up and my bed was being pushed by 6 or 7 doctors down the hallway, rushing me to ICU.
So you woke up basically on a hell ride.
Yes, I woke up. I was asking them what's going on, what happened. Nobody was saying nothing to me because their mission was to get me where I needed to be for treatment. So they pushed me in a room which was ICU now, I know. And after that, I woke up and I thought it was the next day. It was 10 days later, I was in a coma.
Wow.
And I found out later that while I was in a coma, my organs failed. I was in renal failure. I was on dialysis.
Wow.
And they
That's a
called
lot.
my family and I told my family that I wasn't going to make it 3 days. I wasn't going to live. They had to start making preparations. Then they called them back a
Wow.
few days later and said I wasn't gonna make it through the night. I had minutes to live. So all this was going on, and I'm under. I didn't know what was happening.
So you didn't know that the doctors had told your family that they needed to
Doctors
prepare
told
for
my
your
family.
funeral.
Rush was really good about communicating with my family because my family couldn't come visit. So they were good about communicating everything that was happening. And I woke up, I thought it was the next day. And when I woke up, I was on a ventilator. I had a trach in my neck. I had a tube in my nose. And I was trying to talk and say, what happened? Where am I? And I couldn't talk because of the trach.
Wow.
And I was in ICU for 30 days. And then everything just started working. Everything just started coming back. My kidney, everything just, my breathing, because COVID affects your lungs. And my breathing, they had me on a breathing machine. Then they transferred me to a facility in Hinsdale. It's called RML. Very wonderful place. They took good care of me, just like Rush. Rush,
All right,
he called me.
y'all, hold on. Look, y'all heard it here first. Rush, and then to the care facility in Hinsdale. You want to stay alive from COVID-19? We're gonna give a shout out to Rush Hospital and to the care facility in Hinsdale. Go ahead, Angela.
So the facility in Hinsdale is owned by Rush, McNeil, and Laola. It's a specialty hospital. What they do is they wean you off the ventilator because that's a process. And they was um, doing continued care for me. I was in that hospital for 30 days. And it was hard for me to come off the ventilator. All I could do was pray. My family started prayer chains, my friends, CBS Cover Live family, my Line Dance family.
C4L.
Everybody was praying for me because the prognosis was I wasn't supposed to even make it.
They had you for dead.
They had me for dead. According to medical books, I shouldn't be here. But because of God's mercy, Prayers for my family and friends. I'm here.
Amen.
I got I left RML after 30 days, not on oxygen, trach removed, not on a breathing machine, none of that. Organs working to full capacity. I went to Shirley Ryan, another great place, downtown Chicago. It's a rehabilitation center. I was inpatient there for 2 weeks. And let me tell you, they work wonders. I'm walking down, I can't go far because I have to continue to heal.
Yeah, you going through a rehabilitation process now? Is that it? So you have to do what, exercise and things like that?
Yes, I have to go to a outpatient facility now and do outpatient rehab for maybe 3 weeks to a month
Okay. Till
to
you get
get
all your
fully back,
faculties back.
to where I was. And I have breathing problems
Wow.
because of COVID, so I
Will,
can't
well,
breathe.
okay, so you say you have breathing problems. Will the effects of the virus remain like? Will you have problems with your lungs for the rest of your life, or is that something that they?
No, it's temporary because I tested before RML let me out of their facility. I had to test 3 times negative for COVID. So I'm
Okay.
COVID free. But the side effects of this virus lingers a little bit longer in the
Okay.
body. So medical books says, or not medical books, but specialists say sometimes the symptoms can last up to a year.
Really? So in
So
other words, you might still have a little bit of residual effects from having the COVID
yeah,
over. Okay, I
yeah.
got you.
But I believe in God that I won't even have the residual effects, that
Amen.
I will be totally healed in a matter, by the end of this month or the end of next month. I'm not
Well, we know
playing.
we know you don't sit still, so it's gonna be all right. We know you're gonna get up, get it done. All right.
Yeah, I
Hey,
gotta get back to dancing. So
so let me ask you this, Angela. In total, how long did you spend in hospital?
I spent over 70 days in a hospital.
Wow, that's incredible. That you are a blessing. That is for sure. So
Yes, and
today, just today,
I had my bad days in the hospital. I was depressed. I was lonely because no family member could come and see me. I was, I tried to pray and think positive, be optimistic. But when you sick like that, it's kind of hard when your family is not around. You don't know if you're gonna be healed or not totally. Because I couldn't walk. Probably 3 weeks ago, I couldn't even walk.
wow.
So
I
it was
remember you
it.
saying, Angela, that there was a point where you couldn't talk and you also couldn't use your hands to write anything. So you had no form of communication.
Yes, and after a month or so, I FaceTime my family. All I could do was wave at them because I had no voice because of the trach.
Wow. Well, you are definitely a blessing. So look, just today, Mike Pence, our vice president, he says that there's not going to be a second wave of the COVID virus coming down the pipe. Although we're watching the numbers spike all over the country right now. Now, a
Yes,
lot of people's argument, they're saying, oh, that's because they're doing more testing. Of course, there's going to be more cases, but they're not accounting for the amount of hospitalizations that are taking place. So let
right.
me
It's a
ask
lot
you.
of people in ICU. It's a lot of people on ventilators, and I don't know if all the hospitals are reporting the numbers that they getting in. I don't know how that works. But when I tell you, and I say it again, Rush is ready for COVID. They're ready for the
Okay.
patients.
Y'all heard that. Rush Hospital, Chicago, Illinois. Angela, let me ask you this. So, how do you feel after everything that you've been through? How do you feel about the wearing of the masks and the gloves and just on in day to day life now?
I think it's very necessary. I think just like you get up and brush your teeth and take a shower, I think wearing a mask should be a part of that. It's just that important because this is serious. Wash your hands, put on hand sanitizer, don't be around large crowds. I really am an advocate for that because what I went through, I wouldn't want anybody else to go through that. I know a young man in high school that contracted COVID and he lost his limb, he lost his leg.
Wow.
So his whole life has changed because of this virus. So it's serious and it's real.
Do you know
And
anyone
people,
else that, for example, now you say you went to a few events and you were moving around in different areas. Do you know of anyone else that was near you or around you or could have possibly contracted it at the same time you did that
yeah,
have
some of the people that I went to Detroit with or that was there contracted COVID.
wow. So people who were actually a part of that event itself.
Yes.
Okay. That's deep. Okay, so what do you say to the people that are out here who keep making these comments talking about it's not real and it's a fake and the government did this and all you got the conspiracy theorists. What do you say to them?
It's real. Believe me. I tell people this is real. I lived it. I thank God he brought me through. But I know a lot of people that died from this virus. If you have pre-existing conditions, diabetes, hypertension,
Now
lupus,
even now the funny
kidney
thing
issues,
thing about you though, you said you had pre-existing conditions, but the thing about it is that most of the time, from what I understand, the people with pre-existing conditions struggle through this and they don't make it. You made it.
yeah, I made it. And it was, like I said, it's by the grace of God. I made it. And what's the amazing thing about my journey? I don't remember none of it. I don't remember. I had no
That's
pain.
probably a good thing.
Yes, I don't remember it. And the first thing when I could talk to people, I said, take precautions. This is real. I don't want nobody else to go through this. I know young people and older people have died from this. So I'm an advocate for masks, hand washings, and sanitizer.
Okay. Well, man, Angela, do you have anything that you want to leave us with?
There's some questions.
Oh, we got some questions.
One question is she wanted to know what was the actual date that she went to the event in
Someone
Detroit.
wanted to know what was the actual time frame or date when you were in Detroit.
I was there 2 days, the week before March 20th, I think around the 13th. I think that was the weekend of the 13th. I was in Detroit that weekend.
Okay. That was the same weekend we had our
Stepper
set here, a
yeah,
stepper set here
Houston.
in San Antonio, in Houston and San Antonio. We traveled between cities. We had a lot of people in town too that weekend. I guess there we go. Well, I can't remember how to say it. By the grace of God, there go us. There us go. So,
And I
yeah.
have, Brian, I have no regrets about anything. I enjoy my line dance family in Detroit. I had a great time. I will go again. I love my Detroit line dance family. So I don't I don't know, like I said, if I got it from there or somewhere else. I don't want to just pinpoint Detroit because
Right,
I don't
right,
know.
right.
And
Well,
I
we
would
we know that Detroit had we have a lot of dance family in Detroit as well, from the Steppers community, and we know of quite a few of them that we lost in that community. The Steppers community been hit pretty hard by the COVID, so we definitely get it. And I think Detroit was probably one of those hotter spots, but like you said, you just don't know. So
yeah, I don't want to point fingers at Detroit because I really don't know. And like I said, I had a great time that weekend. I felt fine. But about 3 days later, I started having symptoms. So some of the reports say that you have to have COVID in your body for 2 weeks before symptoms persist. So I don't know if I went there with the virus. I have no idea.
yeah,
I
ain't no
just
need in beating
know,
your head about it. I mean, you made it through. It is what it is.
Ask her.
yeah, like I said, I have no regrets about anything. I'm
You got a
moving
question?
forward, trying to stay
Another
focused
question?
and just rebuild. I want to be better than I was before I got sick. So,
Amen. I know that's right. We got another question for you.
Was anybody else that she knows of in the dance community had caught COVID as well? Was she?
I thought she answered that.
Did she answer that? Okay.
The question was, did you have anyone else, or was anyone else from the dance community that
you know
that you know of that may have also contracted it?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen in my audience, you are welcome to ask questions. Angela's here with us for a little while, so if you have a few things that you want to know, please feel free to ask. What'd you say?
I was just asking why does she want to tell her story? What does she want to get?
Angela, Poppy says, your partner over here, she wants to know what made you want to be able to tell your story.
Because we hear all the time about people that died from COVID. The
Right.
media always magnify the negative part of the virus. And I wanted to share my story to let people know that people are surviving and they are given a second chance. So that's why I wanted to share my story that God is still the answer. He is the one. Who report will you believe? Believe the report of the Lord. So I want to
All right.
share that with people and let them know that this virus is not the end. You know, some people are really living normal lives after being on ventilators, after being in the hospital for so long.
Right.
There are some survival stories. So I wanted to share good news, positive news,
That's right.
That's
Because
so
right.
we
that
don't get
people
that
can
all the
have,
time. When it,
right, so people can have hope. You know, nowadays people are hopeless. There's so much going on. People are in the house, they want to go out, they can't. And I want to bring light into the world. And that's why I want to share my story.
well, we
Thank you. Thank
appreciate
you.
you 100%. I do.
One more question.
One
Somebody
more
asked.
question.
Someone asked Angela, did she have blood clots?
Someone wanted to know, did you have blood clots during this process?
You know, I didn't. I did have blood clots. I know that's one of the effects of the virus, but I did have several blood transfusions.
Really?
Yes, I did. And my eyes was another symptom people need to watch out for is red eyes. My eyes were red
Hmm.
all the way through the 70 plus days I was in the hospital. My eyes were red and a persistent cough and a temperature. My temperature was 103.
Hmm.
So those are some of the signs from COVID. Some people I heard had blood clots. Some people got amputation, their legs amputated or a leg.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something to be, you know. And another thing is a lot of people in the black community don't have a doctor.
Well, yeah, we definitely suffer from lack of health care. Absolutely.
Like lack of health care. They don't have health insurance. They don't have a doctor. They tell them, like my doctor told me, go to the emergency room. So my plea to people is if you feel sick, if you got a fever, just go to the emergency room. Don't go to urgent care. Go to the emergency room, to a
Mm-hmm.
hospital that's ready for COVID.
Right. Because
University of
I have heard that
Chicago,
some of them are not ready.
yeah, University of Chicago, Rush, Northwestern. I will go to a hospital that's ready for COVID. I mean, you got to do your research, of course, because I don't know in other cities what hospitals are ready. But in Chicago, University of Chicago, Rush, Northwestern, they're ready for COVID.
Okay.
So I would just go to the emergency room, whether you have health insurance, a doctor or not. I will go get checked out.
So, in other words, ladies and gentlemen, it would be in your probable best interest if you take the time in whatever city you're in listening to me, make sure that you have a hospital in your region that is already prepared to
COVID
take
prepared.
COVID patients and treat them properly. Because I'll tell you, here in San Antonio, one thing that I had noticed, and in fact, because Poppy, everybody knows Poppy, was in the medical industry, she has friends who are working very closely to those with the virus. And from what we understand, they have had we have had not a lot of losses of life, mainly because they are treating it in a particular way. And I think that depending on where you live It's going to make a difference on the way it's treated. And like you said before, because of lack of health care in the black community, I think it affects us a lot more adversely,
In the community.
and the Hispanic community for that matter. And I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that because we don't have doctors like, you're fortunate, Angela, that you had a doctor that directed you properly. But a lot of people don't have regular doctors. And of course, they don't have health insurance. So that keeps a lot of people from actually going when they need to get the treatment that they need to get. So it's just one problem backed by another. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you check your local area just by happenstance. Check and see what the hospitals in your area are doing, just in case, because you just don't ever know if it's going to be your time, if you're going to catch it. And if you do, you need to know where to go. Don't just go just anywhere, because it's kind of like going to a veterinarian and you broke your leg. I'm just saying.
And then, Brian, I also want to add that doctors always tell, okay, people go in with symptoms, then the doctor tell them to quarantine for 14 days, but then you have to go back. My opinion is you have to go get tested to see if you still have COVID.
After the 14 days.
You can quarantine for 14 days, and then people go back to work. They could still be affecting other people. So I would get tested after the 14 days just to make sure that you're COVID free, because COVID stayed in my body for more than 14 days.
Okay.
So I think that's not true that you can quarantine for 14 days and be fine. For some people, that is not true.
Do you think it would be safe to say that COVID is sort of a custom virus? It kind of affects different people different ways.
Yes.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
And I don't know if she wants to discuss it. Tell her that I remember how she was talking about it was some kind of special in Chicago about COVID payments of people working.
Payments of people. Kim says that there's something about people in Chicago in the payments.
Something about you was
What?
Angela, you was discussing about like if you have COVID, how they have to still pay you the jobs or something.
Yeah, it goes from state to state though. It's a
Okay.
state in Illinois. It's a state law that they pay people. You don't have to take your benefit time, your vacation or anything, or sick time if you're
COVID patient.
a COVID patient.
Okay.
And also, a lot of hospitals here in Illinois are getting federal funding for taking care of COVID patients. So I don't know what each state is doing, but I know the state of Illinois is doing that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Angela, I want to thank you for
Did you get any nice?
coming on. Do you have any parting words for the audience?
Thank you so much for having me. I just thank you for inviting me on your show. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Well, we're glad to have you, and I'm glad that you're able to be here. That,
Yes.
for me,
That's our talk so we come home.
goes a long way. You know what I mean? Because, we all know you ain't got to be here.
Yes, and I just want to say that in parting words that I have a big support team. My family, my friends,
That's
my line
great.
dance family, my cousins, everybody. I have a big support, and that's important too when you're going through this. Hospitals and rehabilitation centers, they're not accepting family members. So you have, like, I went out on when I was able to. Another thing that COVID affected was my eyes. I couldn't see. I had blurred vision. So when I was able to go out on Facebook one morning at RML, I saw all of the Facebook posts of people praying for me, wishing me well, loving on me, and that helped my healing so much because I was like, I am loved.
Hmm.
This is so nice. I was just overjoyed. So that's important too. If you know somebody's sick or going through this, text them, flood their Facebook pages, flood their Instagram pages, and let them know you love them, you support them. I mean, since Friday. I've been out since Friday out of the rehab. Since Friday, I've been getting flowers and balloons and
That's wonderful.
cards and everything because it's important to have that support, and I appreciate that. So I just wanted to end with that note, and people take it serious. This is nothing to play with.
All right. Well, Angela, I very much appreciate you. Thank you very much. And again, it is fantastic to be able to talk to you, and I can't wait to get home so we can see you.
Yes.
Put eyeballs on your face. See how you doing.
We'll walk around the corner.
Thank you so much. And I have no words. I appreciate you. So with that, we're gonna cut it short and we're gonna move around, and we're gonna talk to you
Thank you
again
again,
real soon.
Rainy.
You take care, love.
Okay. Bye, Poppy.
Bye. Love you,
All
love you,
right,
bye-bye.
ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. If you think COVID-19 is a joke, you better find something else to laugh at, because this one here ain't nothing to play with.
Cash App is.
So anyway, y'all, moving forward, I mean, after an interview like that, it just kind of leaves you speechless, because you realize just how fragile life is, and how important it is, and how quickly it can be lost. Human beings are some very resilient and strong creatures, but sometimes we are also very, very fragile, and it's very important that we maintain ourselves. And like I always tell y'all, love on each other, love on yourself, take care of your business,
Love your family and friends.
love on your family and friends. And like Angela said, be sure to let the people know you love them. Let your people know. And especially if you got them and they sick, they're in the hospital, they dealing with this virus. Hey, tell them you love them, man. It ain't nothing worse than losing somebody and you didn't get a chance to say what needed to be said.
And that's also
So.
amazing how she said she expressed a lot of love for her dance family.
Yeah, and for my dance family out there, you gotta appreciate how much love she had for her dance family and how she put that out there. I think that is fantastic, because y'all know how I feel about my dance family, and I can't wait to get back to dancing. But just so y'all know,
21.
it'll be 2021 before we get back on the wood. I hate it, but it is what it is. I mean, I ain't trying to go through nothing like what we just heard. That's a hell of a testimony, a hell of a story, and a hell of a thing. And I don't know anybody that wants to go through that voluntarily, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't take the necessary precautions to make that happen. So moving forward, y'all, I'm doing my homework right now on these hangings that's been taking place. We've been having too many coincidental hangings here lately, and they ain't all suicides, if any of them are to begin with. There's something sinister afoot, and we need to figure out what it is and get it straightened out. And we need to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves, like I told y'all on yesterday. So, a lot of these, there's a lot of things going on. You got a lot of different organizations running around out here, good and bad. You got the police department, you got government officials, you got protesters, looters, and rioters. We got so much stuff running around out here. We got gangs, and then you got your gang in blue. They starting to look more like gangs than they are police. When you got police officers that's ready to quit their job because they can't beat the hell out of you or shoot you when they feel like it, it just lets you know what's really on their mind. It just lets you know that we in trouble out here if something don't change and change fast. I do want to commend some of my fellas with the NBA. They have made the statement that they are not interested in playing any basketball at this time because they don't want to distract or take away from everything that's going on and trying to keep things in order. So I appreciate them for that, because I did on today I spoke in front of a city council in regard to police reform. And one of the very points that I made, and I will continue to make, is that the world is being, I don't want to say forced,
I know somebody.
but I do want to say that without all of the distractions, a lot of things are getting done. A lot of attention is being paid. And this is the window of opportunity that we need as a people to get a lot done. And I think we should be taking full advantage of that. It's time to work, y'all. It's time to work. So do your part, put in the work. Let's make it happen. Let's get what we got to do done. And as I always say, just so y'all remember, power concedes nothing without demand. We must have demands. If we don't have demands, then they don't know what to give us. So we got to figure out what it is that we want the most, what we need, what we got to give, and what we going to take. We're probably going to end up having to take most of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want everyone to have yourselves a wonderful evening.
No.
Have good dinner. What?
There was some people on there talking to you. You might want to talk. Read
What?
something. They said prayers for Tony Adway's mom. She's in the hospital for COVID.
Oh, is that right? I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, Renee. Oh man. Okay, yeah. My man Tony Adway. That's my man. 50 grand. We go back like two flats on a Cadillac. His mama's a sweet woman. Love her to death. Prayers and shouts out to them. Tony, if you need to holler at me, I'm here. Always. What else we got?
That Renee had said something about some bars and restaurants in Florida have closed themselves temporarily due to the health department or actual individuals have reported positive cases. One set of her friends of 15 went to a bar in Florida.
Yeah, and all of them. Well, you know what? As much as I would, and I'm going to read it. Let me read the comment. Some bars and restaurants in Florida have closed themselves temporarily due to health department or actual individuals have reported positive cases. One set of friends of 15 went to a bar in Florida. All of them are positive for COVID-19. And I bet you $1 to a donut they all Trump supporters. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for people who can't think. Now, that may seem callous. But look, y'all. Just because a bunch of people, politicians, not scientists, not doctors, people who have an interest in their pockets, people who have an interest in making money, told everybody that we got to get the economy back going. They didn't say we had to get the health of the country back in order. They said we had to get the economy back going. Guess what you are if you do what they say? You are a guinea pig. You might as well be involved in the Tuskegee experiment. You are a person that they are going to use because they know that some of you are expendable. They are prepared to watch you die so that they continue to get paid. Do you not understand where you at on the food chain in this life? If you listen to what they're telling you, I'm sorry, but if you get sick, trust and believe when I tell you this, you brought it on yourself. Now, I don't mean that for everybody because there's going to be people that are going to inadvertently get it. They're going to have relatives and loved ones that are going to leave the house and they're going to come back and they're going to bring it to them. I know of a couple where the man and the woman, the man went somewhere to an event, came back, gave it to his woman. She's dead. Look, y'all, use your heads. It's real out here in the field. Them people do not care about you. You do not represent anything to them but $1. And trust and believe, you die off, they'll be okay. Because they're going to use the rest of the people that's right behind you thinking, oh, I got to get out. Listen, I used to say all the time, black folks don't mind losing as long as they look good doing it. Now, not just black folks, a whole lot of people are willing to put their lives on the line in the name of being entertained. You can't sit still because you want and have to. You got to get out here and you got to be entertained. So you run your ass out here because you just got to be around some people. You got to go here and you got to be seen and you got to get dressed. Only to end up where? I'm sorry, y'all. It ain't worth it to me. You do what you want. But when that COVID jump on you, you heard Angela Samuel's story. She just came on here and she gave you her story. there are going to be still people who will not believe that this is real. That woman spent 75 days in the hospital, 2 weeks in a coma, and is in rehab as we speak. If you think that's a joke, maybe you need one of them videos. Maybe they should have video and documented the entire process. You know, there are videos out here, as a matter of fact, on YouTube. There was a lady who documented her whole process of catching COVID and being in the hospital. And she texted because she couldn't talk anymore, to the point where she couldn't talk. And she was texting. 2 days later, she died. She documented the whole thing. If you want to roll like that, that's your business. I'm cool. All of those people in Florida and all over the country who think that because the government said, not scientists, politicians and business people said, we got to open the economy. Y'all run on out there and let's do it. Go on out there and do what you got to do. You run out there thinking that you're going to somehow, like the virus just went away. Like it's just gone. Oh, it's cool now. They said we can go out. Are you insane? It's not how this works. You can be done with the virus and you can be very tired of the virus, but the virus ain't tired of you. Keep on running out there thinking this is a joke. This ain't no joke. No joke whatsoever. So I'm going to end on this note. I'm going to say what I said a little while ago. We have a group of people who love their president so much, these cult members, that they are willing to go to his campaign rally and sign a waiver that says that they cannot sue him or his campaign if they contract coronavirus, COVID-19, while at his event. Only to listen to him stand up there and try to tell them that coronavirus is no big deal. And also, funny thing is that the CDC today, or was it yesterday, finally took whatever that crap was he was taking off the emergency treatment list quietly. They did it because they knew it wasn't working in the first place, and they was too scared of him to say it out loud. Man, y'all better wake up. Open your eyes. It's real in the field. It ain't no joke out here. And if you think them people care enough about you to tell you the right thing and miss their money, man, you better check yourself. Right now, they trying to get football back up. They trying to start baseball again. They trying to start basketball again. And people steady testing positive for COVID-19. The hospital occupations are skyrocketing right now. I'm in Texas. Texas is on the way up. We on the upswing of more people getting sick. And it ain't even flu season yet. Keep playing. In a minute, I'm going to stay in the house, lock the doors. You come to my door, you're going to get shot. Look at here. Come on, y'all. Stop it. You got to be a special kind of stupid to sign a waiver to say you're not going to sue this fool if you contract COVID at his campaign rally while he tell you that COVID ain't no thing. It ain't no big deal. You got to be a special kind of stupid.
Read Alex.
All right.
Right quick before you go.
Alex say people going to be selling Clorox outside the doors of the event like T-shirts at a concert. You ain't told no lie, boy. And it's going to be expensive, too. I wouldn't last. Hey, y'all tried to buy a pack of them damn Clorox wipes? Shit, you going to spend $20 for something that used to cost $3 or $4 or whatever it was. I'm getting off of here, y'all. I done had enough. I'm about to snap. I'm trying not to snap, y'all. I ain't going to snap. I ain't going to let it happen. We gonna call it a night. Anyway, for those of you who checked in late, check out my girl Angela Samuel's story on this live. Go back, read, watch, check it out on YouTube. That's BM Forbes on YouTube. Or you could check me out at the Black Factor on Twitch. Or you could just do the regular old Facebook thing and rewind the video. Either way, get the information. L.A. Scott says, do I have any Trump supporters on my page? Man, no. They ain't crazy. they don't want no parts of me, and I try not to act ugly. So yeah, no, that's not a good thing. Oh, and by the way, for my local people, y'all who are around San Antonio, check out the KSAT 12. I was interviewed today at the 5 o'clock. I think it'll be back on at 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So check that out, or you can check me out on Spectrum at 9 o'clock. Another interview. So we did a couple of them today, trying to get this get some stuff done, man, in the community. Make it happen out here, y'all. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Don't forget, get your copy of, where is it? Where is it? We didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. Get your copy of the Black Factor. Go to bmforbes.com. Get your copy. And for those of you who have orders already in the works, just know they'll be going out this week. We ran out, and so we have a new shipment coming in. And I'm blessed. I want to thank everybody who's bought a copy of the book and everyone who has supported me. Y'all make it happen, man. Y'all make me want to do what I do, because when I know that people appreciate what we got going on, it makes me want to work that much harder for you, because I want to bring you the information, and I want to make it so that everybody understands as much as possible. If I can bring you one of them good analogies, like this one right here. If I tell you a rooster pull a plow, run to the other end. Don't ignore me. No. That's one of them old country sayings I got from one of my partners back in Memphis. Anyway, just so y'all know, everybody, thank you very much. I love you. Take care of yourselves.
Subscribe to Twitch, YouTube,
Don't forget to subscribe,
share.
Twitch, YouTube, and share the live. Share the video. Do the damn thing. Oh, you want to see my t-shirt again? The Black Factor. Boom.
They for sale.
And yes, they are for sale. In fact, next week I'm probably going to do a giveaway. A couple of Black Factor t-shirts. So I'm leaving. Y'all going to keep asking me questions. I'm out of here. Goodbye, y'all. Have a good night.